Thanks everyone for joining this session. So in yesterday topic, we covered. We covered the statements, we covered the loops, and we did some examples of operators, and we also worked on the sets. What are the pending examples for there? So in today's lecture, we are going to cover the list comprehension and some hands-on lab on this list comprehension, and along with this list comprehension, we will cover some zip and unzip things, okay, which is also related to a list and tuples. Okay, so what is list comprehension? List comprehension is a way to create a new list based on any table. Okay, suppose I'm taking one example here. I have a string, right? 1 second. I have a string, say x, y, z equal to a, b, c, d, e, f. Okay, I want to create a list on basis of this. Okay, because x, y, z is a string, is a sequence, right? Everyone know this. String is a sequence. So this is it. So if any sequence can be iterable, right? So if I want to iterate this strings, now currently what is here? This is a combined word. Okay, so the single string. If I want to create a list out of this, I am saying that new list equal to, it should have character a, comma b, comma c, and so on, right? Like this. So if it is, I want to create list of this, I can create this. This is not only from the string, any iterable. What are the different iterable we have? We have the tuples, right? We have this sets, right? So and we have dictionary also iterable, right? So whatever the iterable, different iterables we have, on the basis of that we can create a new list. Okay, so this is the syntax of creating a new list. So first we are going to define the expression. Okay, so what items for, okay, and for what for loop we are iterating here, for item in iterable, and if you want to add any conditions also, you can add any condition also here. Okay, so this is the syntax of this. So I kept some examples here. This is just a basic list comprehension. You don't want to do any condition, you simply want to get whatever the data is there, right? If you want to square root of each number, whatever the number is there in the list, you want to find even numbers. So why I am mentioning this example here? Because on the basis of this we are going to cover this different expressions and the way how we can create a new list. Okay, so convert a list to upper string. Suppose this is, I already have a list, right? Say this list only, I want to convert it to upper, right? So how to do it? So usually what we are doing currently in our any programming language, you are iterating this, you are writing a loop on that, and then you are doing that operation and you are creating a new list, correct? So here it is a very simple way to create it. Within one line of statement you can create a new list based on some conditions. Okay, so you can write the nested loop also to flatten a matrix. So I think you guys are not aware of matrix. Matrix is nothing. Matrix is a two-dimensional array. Okay, it can be more than one dimensions. Okay, it can be 3 dimension, it can be 4 dimension, right? So we are going to cover this also. Okay, once we will cover our NumPy and other packages, because it's not coming under the basic Python, but I will take one example for this also. I am taking this example to cover this nested for loop. Suppose one item you want to cover from one iterable and the second item you want to cover from another iterable, and on the basis of that you want to create a new list. Okay, so you can also have this if else in this list. So you can also write one conditions here if while iterating it. So if this is the case, this will execute. If else is the case, then it will execute. Okay, so expression is for, you can write the if else also, or you can do any operation. If you want to say x power 2, okay, you want to take the power of 2, so any kind of expression you can write here. And if you want to restrict it based on some conditions also, that you can write in the end. Okay, so we can generate a list from the tuples, right? So we can list comprehension with a function call. Instead of some expression here, I can call one function that will do its job, and on the basis of that we can create a new list. So this is the list comprehension. There is another topic I would like to cover today, which is the zip and unzip. Okay, what is zip and unzip? So once Suppose you have a list 1, 2, 3, okay, or you can say 10, 20, 30 for example. So these are the marks of an students which are received by student X, student Y, student Z, okay. So these are two lists, marks, student name. If I want to combine these two lists together as a tuple, I want to say that X marks are 10, Y marks are 20, right, and Z marks are 30, okay. If I want to combine this, so that is the concept of zipping. You can zip multiple list, multiple tuples together into a single thing, okay. And there are some scenarios also there. You are getting some data from some systems or some library as a zip already, the zip format already, right? So then you may need to create a new list out of this. Suppose you get this data, you want to segregate the name to X, Y, Z is a one list, okay, and 1, 2, 3 is in another list. So that is the usage of zip and unzip, okay. So any question on this before I would start some hands-on for this particular thing? Any syntax, how we are writing this? We are using the expression first, then we are using this one, right?
Yeah, so far we are good.
Okay,
Please continue.
sure.
No, sir.
Yeah, tell
Please,
me, tell me.
what is mean comprehension?
Comprehension is the way to create a new list from existing iterable. Okay, so that is the concept is called as a list comprehension. So what we are doing here, we are already having one iterable. On the basis of that, we want to create a new list. That is called the list comprehension concept. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Right. Any other
Okay, sir.
questions from anyone
Thank you.
else? Okay, thank you. So just remember the syntax. Okay, keep it in your mind for few minutes only. Then I may ask you, okay, how to write it. Fine. Let's go to the example of this. Okay. Okay. So let's put this example here itself. I am taking one example, student name. Okay. So student name is Anil Sehrawat. I want to create a list of alphabets from it. Okay. Alphabet list. What are the alphabet inside this list? So what I need to do? Can anybody tell me what I need to write here? Because to write one list, first of all, you should start with the square bracket, right, and end with the square bracket. Here, what is the syntax we discussed? So first of all, you need to iterate it, right? So I am saying that character in student name, right? And I am saying that what I want to fetch, I want to fetch this character from this, and I want to assign this character to this particular thing, right? So this is my expression, whatever the expression I am writing, okay, it is going to iterate this character ch from this, and it is going to put this character inside this alphabet list, right? So did I write the correct syntax here? Anyone can confirm me? So what is expression? Okay. So I want to iterate each item of this, and I want to, what I want to do, I just want to fetch the current character now. I don't want to do anything now, correct? Alphabet underscore list. So what it did, it created a new list by separating this character. If I want to say here, I want to convert this character to upper, right? So what it will do, all these characters will be converted to upper.
Uppercase.
Okay. So now what I want to say here, suppose I have another list here. Okay. which is a student name. Okay. Suraj. Anything. Okay. So I'm just taking some examples here for reference. Okay. So now I have this. I have list here. I don't have a string now, right? Now I want to convert this. So you nothing. It's the same syntax. You are saying this. You are going to convert in this particular loop. But here, what I'm saying, I'm just saying one thing. Okay, let me make it as capital here. I am saying that I only need the data from. Okay, first of all, I will simply write this. It will convert this thing to upper, and it will create a new list with the 4 names, right? Correct. I am just running it. So it created a new list which is converting this to 4 upper. Now I am saying that if ch dot starts with, right, s, only capture the word, only keep the data or the names which are starting with s. Then what it will do? I'm writing one expression here, and it will only fetch the data which are starting with s. If we start with the typo here. Oh, sorry. There is no such method here. ch dot 0 equal to s. Okay, so this is the way here. There is no such method. So now I write this condition. If the first character of this, whatever the iterable I am iterating, if it is s, then fetch this and it will put this data inside. So what it did, it converted to perhaps because this is my expression and this is my condition, and it converted it to this one, right? So you can also fetch the data based on some conditions also, right? Now I am going to take another example here. Let me remove this example from here. I am saying that
What?
yeah,
Uh,
Satya?
Yeah, is there any way like we can get all the character of that, all the words that are there in the list? Like that earlier example, you took the example, you write a single word, Anil Sehrawat, you
Yes.
convert that word. So can we do it of that this complex list type as well?
Yes, you can do this. How you will do it? You already
That is
have
what.
you already have a character for ch in student name, right?
Hmm.
So you need to further iterate it.
That is what I wanted
Yeah.
to see. That can
Okay.
you
Sure.
do for
Yeah.
me?
Sure. I will do that example, right? Finally, what I'm saying here, I want to read the x. I'm just putting some name, okay? For x in ch. Okay. So whatever ch it is iterating for this, I just want to read it. Okay, if you want, I can remove this conditional also, and I can keep these conditions also. Okay. So this
Okay.
should do that job. If I have write the syntax correctly. If the name ch is not defined, okay, it is not able to read it from here because that is not my first condition. One second. Here also, I tried it with matrix. Okay, one second. This is a student which I am iterating, and from out of this in character C, I am saying this, and I am writing these conditions here, and then I am saying that I want to fill the x here, right? This is the first book which is iterating, and further it is iterating from this, and it is getting this expression, right? Okay, yeah. Actually, I write it in the wrong way, okay? So you saw here, right? So my list contains each and every character of this particular thing, because first I need to iterate on the student name, and then I need to iterate on that character whatever I want to iterate, correct?
Okay.
Here if I want to write the condition, I can write that condition. If x equal to a, okay, then only keep that, or whatever the characters you want to say, or you want to write the same condition itself, right? If I am saying that if Suraj equal to this, right? So then it will only take those particular things from there, right? It only takes the word which are starting with the Satya, and it converted it. Right?
Okay. Okay.
So this is the nested for loop, whatever the example I was telling you guys here, right? Here, nested loops. So I took one example of flatten over, but you can do anything. Okay, there is no such thing here. Okay. So next, I write 2 loops here. I can write 3 loops here. Okay, there is no such thing here. Whatever the way you want to iterate it. Right? I am removing this example for 1 second, and then I am taking another example here. Okay, employee ID of a list of number. I am taking one list of number, and I am saying it. Okay, I don't want to take this list of number. Okay, so I need some help from you guys because I learned you yesterday something. Okay, odd, even. Okay, I want to create a list which will tell me whether this character is odd or digit is odd or even, right? For x in, I want to create a range from 1 to 20. What I need to do? Anyone?
Use range,
Yeah, range. Then what I will do?
bracket,
Yes.
Bracket.
1, comma, to after 20 means 21.
Yeah, 21. Good. So now what it will do? If I'm simply running the statement, okay, and I'm saying x here, and I'm typing, I'm reading it, it will simply put all those digits from 1 to 20 into this list, right? So it put all those digits into this list. Now I am saying that I want to check whether this x is odd or even. What I need to do here? If
X mode
yes
2
equal to
is equal to 0, then it's even,
even,
else it's odd.
else it's odd, right? So now you saw this. What is this example here? This is a ternary example. Yesterday we did not take this example, right? Within the single line we are writing a statement. That worked as a ternary operator here, right? Did I wrote it correct? I think no, because why I need the x here? Sorry, if x, I write something wrong here. 1 second. If x mod 2 equal to 0, even, else, odd for x in range this. I thought I wrote it correctly. What I did. Well, let's syntax if. No. I want to iterate through the x. Okay, I want to say that if x mod 2 equal to 0, then it will do this. 1 second. X mod 2 equal to 0, it will write even, else it will write 0. Okay.
But here in that you are able to see even it's not highlighted in the red.
Why it's not highlighted? Anybody tell me? I got the issue. I got the issue. Okay.
We need to put that.
Let me remove it. Okay. So if I want to write if condition, how I will write if condition?
If x is equal to, we need to
If x mod 2 equal to 0,
then वो
Colon.
semicolon colon
yes.
colon
Yeah.
and then
Enter.
Then
Enter,
then
yeah.
I'm saying here even. Just one example I'm saying here, right? Print even.
Yeah.
Okay.
yes,
So
that's
I will
correct.
start the bracket. And else
Else you need to again else and then semicolon
yes. Print
and
out.
then you print out. Yes.
Henceforth I assign the x equal to 20. So this is the syntax. Okay. So we also need to follow the same syntax there.
And then else need to put that.
Okay. Now
It still won't.
Huh?
It won't work. It still have the issue.
One second. This is
It still have the issue.
I don't have. I'm not sure. It should not have any issue now.
No, it has the issue.
What is the issue? It is did I write something wrong? If I'm trying to iterate, let me check the character here. If for x in range this, I want to write one expression here. The job of the expression is it will check this value, it will iterate it, it will mode it to 2, and then it will write even, otherwise it will write odd. So what wrong I did here?
I don't know, but once it starts showing that color,
This even is not showing in that color, right?
yes. If the syntax will be the corrected, it will start highlighting that even in the same way exactly it's doing for odd.
If x mod 2 equal to 0, then say even, else.
No, that after once you write the else, can you remove the EA and run that once a time?
Yeah,
See that?
let me do it one day. Invalid syntax. I need to write the else for this, okay?
No, can you run for a while that we can see that at least it's showing the even?
No, it will not show the even here, okay? Because why it will not show the even here? Because I did not complete the statement. Here, if you are writing one expression, if you have to do this, you cannot do it here, okay? So if you want to write the even, correct? So then you need to write this condition here. If x mod 2 equal to 0, then you are going to give it as a even, okay? If I will run this, it write, sorry, I pressed 2 times to press some another factor. So type is a list even, okay?
Yeah.
I write the question mark in front of this. That's the reason it was telling me what it is, so it did its job. It depends on this, but I don't want to do this. I want to do this here itself. If it is this one, if it is this one, okay?
Okay.
So I am doing some mistake. Maybe I need to take it from my example, whatever I did earlier, what wrong I am writing here. Unfortunately, yes, this is the problem, okay? This is the problem. I am writing the wrong syntax here. The syntax is different here in this case, okay? This is the syntax for this. Okay. This syntax is a bit different in this statement, so that I got confused there, okay? So now it is going to work.
No, remove that condition.
Yeah, I kept that condition, sorry.
Yes.
Now it is going to write it. Okay, odd even. Because why we need to write it in this manner? Because what we are saying here, we need some expression here, x, right? X colon, sorry. I use the caps x. So it is unable to identify this particular thing. So that is the syntax to do this. Okay. So we just need to remember it. If you are writing some expression here in this manner, we need to write it in this manner. Okay. So these are the ways to do a list comprehension instead of this particular thing. Okay. Right. What I am doing here, suppose someone find it tricky. What we can do now? I am creating one method. Maybe I did not tell you how to create a method. I am just taking one example, odd, even, okay, which is taking one number and it is having one set. Otherwise it will give the error. If x mod 2 equal to 0, then print even else. Print odd. Right? Now what I can do? I can call this method here. Or even I can tell it what is the value of x. So it will do the same job. Because I defined one method, and on this method logic, I want to do something. I don't need to say return, print, I need to say return. Otherwise, because print will print it, it is not going to return, so it will not put anything in the that. Okay. So now it will do the same thing. Okay. So instead of this expression, you can create a method also. Whatever the role you want to play, you want to iterate this, okay, and you want to do this method. So what it needed, it is just one variable on the variable, it is taking the decision, and that method you are calling here. So this is another way to call the method. So that's all actually we covered here. You have to generate a list of tuples and if else statement, whatever I want to create from this. I want to create a list, I can create a list. I want to create a tuple, I can create a tuple list. Let us take this example also, right? Generate list of tuples. So what I can say here, so which number is odd and which number is even, right? So I can simply say, what is the syntax to write a tuple? One, start this bracket and do this bracket, right?
Yes.
So now it created a list of tuples here, right? So we can do whatever the way, so whatever we learned till now, so we can implement everything here also, okay? So this is the way to do the list comprehension if you want to write a new list based on some existing data, okay? Now let's take another example here. So now we are going to discuss the zip and unzip. Any question on this before I move to zip and unzip? Let me wait for a while. Anyone?
No, sir.
Right? So the main thing is this expression. What you want to do here. Instead of this, I can say simply, right? Instead of odd, even what I can say? X power 2, right? Now what it will do? It will, oh sorry. What I said here, power 2, percentage it is given. Okay, bracket is wrong here, right? Yeah, one bracket I keep it unnecessary, right? So now along with this it added its power, right, by 2. Right? So whatever the expression you want to take it, you can take that expression here. Okay. Now I am closing this. Now what I am doing here, I have a list. Okay. Okay, I am taking this 3. What is this list? I am saying. Yeah. So no. So now what I did here, I use the name list here itself. Okay, so that is wrong. So it will give me the problem, right? Or I can say name. Then I am taking another list called just a second, marks list. Okay. Suppose this student received this one, he received 90 and he received 45, right? So I want to create a tuple out of this list by combining this data. How to do that? Anybody tell me, okay, forget about zip and unzip. So I want to create a tuple out of these two lists, how to create it? I am asking this question for some specific purpose only, okay? Satya,
Using the
yeah, Satya, you don't need to answer, sorry for that. Okay, I am asking these guys. Yeah, you can answer after that if they are not answering. Tell me how I can create a.
Can we use a loop?
Yes, Suraj, sorry, what you were saying?
Can we use any loop like the
Yeah,
items?
loop we can do, okay. One thing, any other thing? Anyone? Okay, then Satya, you can tell me.
No, I missed the class where you explained zip and unzip. I'm only saying that I can do through the
No, no, no.
iteration
No,
by applying
yeah, I'm
loop.
telling that zip and unzip. We did today only we mentioned this, okay? We did not cover it in more detail. That's the high level. I just mentioned this zip key. This is the your data. If you want to zip it in this format, we can call the zip method. If you want to unzip, it will create the separate list based on the zip data. So this is just one topic today only we covered. Okay, I'm not
Oh,
asking you to use the zip and unzip. I'm asking you by using existing thing whatever we learned till now, how we can do it.
yeah, that is what I'm saying that I can do through the loop.
Okay, tell me how I will do. Anyone?
For a
I am creating a what we call this, right?
yeah name
Name marks. Okay, list. Fine.
yeah yeah
Now what I will do?
bracket open and close. We're just declaring that that is it, and then we can do for
Where for
for a name in name list for no that we don't need to. I believe mm, not sure about it.
okay. Fine. So if you need to write it, just I am taking one example, right? If you need to write it, what it will do? It will iterate this, and then it will iterate it, and then it will assign this all these three marks to this particular person, right? If you are writing the nested loops, correct? Even if I am writing it here in this manner, right? For the same thing I can do it in the list comprehension also, right? For name in this, correct? And for marks in marks list. I can do it here also, right? And I can say that you do this. But what it again it will do the same thing because here it's also a nested loop. This is also a nested loop. So we need to write some extra logic for this, correct? You are going to write that if this is break it and then add it, and if it run it one again add it, right? So after one addition you need to break it, correct? Break your first loop after addition, right? So if I need to do it, what I will do here? Okay, so name underscore mark list. This is I am writing correctly, right? Variable name, okay, equal to I'm saying here, yeah, I'm creating a tuple here, or I'm appending something. Okay, dot append. What I'm appending here, I'm appending one tuple here. Okay, what is the tuple? Tuple is name, comma, marks, right? And I will simply say break. I'm not interested in you. My job is done from the for loop, right? Then what it will do, it did this job, but again if I will run it again, it will again go from this. Either I need to write some while loop instead of this for loop. So I am trying to say if you need to write it, you need to write a very complex logic for achieving this. Okay. So there are straightforward way if you want to combine some things. Okay. So there is a zip method. Okay, in this Python, which we can use to zip and unzip the data. Okay. So first of all, if anyone want to know what is zip, right? What we need to do, we can call this particular thing the help method of that particular thing. I am entering this. Oh, I need to define the method. This is not a variable, right? Where is it? Where I went?
Equal to sign is missing in marked list.
Right. I got it. Yeah, I got it. So it was giving the error there at this particular place. So, what did it say? It need an iterable, right? Whatever the iterable you want to pass to it, correct? And then it is, this is the iterable. So when I am saying star, okay, so that we are going to cover tomorrow in our next topics. When we are saying star to any variable name, it means we are passing our dynamic arguments to this, okay. So star means dynamic arguments whenever we, if you want to do this. So once I say this particular thing, right, and this is by default false, okay, else tuple and output is exhausted, so this is not much of use. So I passed one list of string, right, I passed one range of 3 and I passed one range of 4, right, correct. So these three data I want to combine. So what it is doing, it is giving me this. So what it need the arguments whatever you want to combine, that's all, okay. So as we are discussing this zip, I would like to discuss the help method of unzip also. So if you have any doubt on any method, you can simply search that method and you can run it, okay. Now I am just commenting this particular thing for a while and I am only running this help unzip. Oh, sorry. There is no such method called zip, okay. Unzip. There is no such method called unzip. In the zip itself, we need to define the data whatever you want to iterate it, okay. Whatever you want to unzip it. There is no such unzip method, okay. Within the zip method itself, you will tell that whatever the data I am passing it, that is already a list of arguments that I want to differentiate it, okay. So there is no such method. I forget it. Now I am saying that name marks list, name underscore marks that I want to fetch from it. I am saying that I want to create a list of that. I am saying that zip. I am saying this name underscore list, comma marks underscore list, okay. And I am saying the names name underscore marks, okay. So it created a list of tuples where Anil, Satya, Rahul, the corresponding value to this, correct. So if you want to create data in this particular tuple format by combining this data, this is the way. If I am saying that according to this marks, I am saying that there should be some grade also to the students, right? If it is 80%, I am saying C grade. If I am saying 90%, it's B grade, and if it's 95, okay, it's 45. I can change it to 95, or 45 is also fine. I will say the D grade, okay. That's fine. So now I will simply pass this also here, grade list, and then it is going to create a tuple for 3 to 3. Okay, so along with this, created tuples of this. Python is basically a programming language, again I am repeating, which is working mainly with the data manipulations only, okay. Because in AI what we are doing, we are talking about the LLM, large language models, right. So we are giving a lot of data to it to learn it, okay. And if any data already exists there, to how to fetch that data from it. So main concept is on data. So how to use that data, how to combine that data, how to split data, how to use the split method, right, how to use the slicer. So those only operations we need to practice a lot, okay, because that will be used, okay. And according to each library also, like Python, like Panda library, NumPy library, okay, they also have their own methods which are also mainly used for data manipulations, okay. So this is the method here. Now what happens, this names and marks schemes here, okay. This is a tuple Now I want to unzip this data. If I want to unzip this data, what I need to do here? I will do the same thing. I am creating some variables here. I am just, for reference, I am creating name1 underscore list, comma, marks and 1 underscore list, comma, grade1 underscore list. Okay, I am saying it. These are, it is going to create a list of this and it will give me this data. I am saying that zip, I am saying star name underscore marks. So this is the way to unzip a data. You need to add the star in front of that. Okay, this will unzip this particular data, and where it is unzipping, I am saying that it will unzip into this three different lists, because I know that in my data is I already combined using the three list, so it should give me the data with the three list. Okay, so I need to print it, or I just need to use this. I did not print it, so it did not give me any output. List, marks underscore list, 1 underscore list, grade 1 underscore list. Right? Oh, sorry. Again, yeah. Can anybody tell me? I know this, but can anybody tell me
Print.
why it only give the CBD?
Sir, need print command.
Yes, good, Suraj.
Yeah.
Because it will always consider the last.
Yeah.
It's good. I'm doing some mistakes and we are revising those topics. Okay. Now, if I will run it, you saw there. Okay, we got that data here. Okay. So now this data is in the tuples format, right? Correct. But what was our actual data? Our actual data was in the list format, right? So what you need to do? You need to say that I want to create a list. Sorry, what happens? This 1 second. I want to create a list. My data was in the list format. It did in this format. I want to create the list out of this. So what wrong I did here? No, I am doing something wrong here. Not enough value to unpack. Expected 3 got 1. Okay. So I need to write it, unzip it, and then I want to convert it to this one. So what wrong I did here? List, I am writing the list, so it should do this thing. Okay, again, list, unzip. Okay, I will check it. Okay, I am not able to recollect it. It should convert it to list itself. Whether I am doing something wrong here. Okay, because my data is masked to it as a tuple. It created tuples, and I am unzipping it, and I still want to create as a list to it. It should create the list. So let me check some examples. Whatever was done earlier. See what wrong we are doing. Okay. So this where we are. This is zip and zip example. No, this is list comprehensions. Okay. Zip and zip examples I covered it in a separate sheet. Just a second. What happens to this? This got freeze for me. Move it right. Can anybody help? Okay, fine. Finally, it's moved. Okay. Okay, these are the zip examples. Find this, out of this. This is the zip example. No, sorry, it will not do that thing. Okay, I'm not aware of currently what is the way to convert it to list, but usually it gives the data in the tuple format only. Okay, tuples only. I will check it and I will come back to you on this particular thing. Okay, so let's move back to our example where we were doing our examples, right? Here we were doing those. Here. So now we can unzip it via this. So now there is another question here, right? It is not always true that you have this grade always, or yeah, the marks are there, but someone didn't forget to define the grades here, right? Let me comment this particular thing for a file. Sorry, let me delete it itself for the right now. So now what it will do? You don't have the proper data here, correct?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have the data. That was my question. I was raising the hand.
Okay, you
Ki,
are
what
raising.
if
Okay.
if that
Yes.
yeah.
So now in this case, what actually it will do? It will skip this Rahul from here. Okay, and it will only assign the data to this one and this one. This zip library do that. Okay, so there is a new
Okay.
library came for that specific purpose. If data is not there, we can assign any default value to that data. Now if I will run it, okay, it give only Anil and Satya, right?
Okay.
So there is another library there which is called zip largest. Okay, largest. In that library, if data is not there, you can assign some default value to that. Okay, so what it will do now, if I will try to run it, I hope I use the right zip largest here. No, I use again the same zip largest is not undefined. With that factory I did not install.
Chip largest, maybe that there is
Yeah,
a no underscore.
no, the name is incorrect. Something I'm using something wrong name here. Okay, let me check in just a second. Longest, not largest. Zip longest. Okay. Okay, let's run it here itself. Instead of running there again. So I have this name and age, but for this Deepak, we did not assign any age, right? So I can say that you fill this value with this particular one. So once the how you will come to know this? Okay, let me go back here. Okay. I can write the help method here for this. Okay. So any doubt, always write the help method. Okay, how to use this method. Okay, I'm just commenting it for a reference so that it will not show me the result and I'm running. Again I use the 6. Oh sorry, here in this I'm using the wrong variable there. Just zip longest is undefined. I copy paste it as it, right? No?
You need to import. You need to import the library.
Yes, right. I forget to import the library, you are correct. So iterative tool, okay, is a module from where we are importing this. Now I will come to know what exactly it is, right? So again it is saying that iteratable, right, and the fill value. When we are saying this in this format, right? So now if I will talk about this example and if I will say here, right, my fill value, right? Fill value equal to, I am saying that the user will have the D grade, okay? Let me comment this particular line. Again, I did some silly mistake here, okay? value only, right? I assigned this zip longest. I call in this list method. I pass this things to this, and I am assigning the field values. Right? Assignment should be with the equal to symbol and the okay. Okay, it's a single word. Next. Now it assigns this D value. So this is the way to use it. Okay. To if you don't have any data for this, we can use the fill longest, sorry, zip longest API, and we can assign the default value to this.
So fill value will be always there. Like what if we delete Rahul from that top list and
Yes.
add like let's say D as a third option in that grade.
Yes. Then instead of okay, you are saying here, right? D, correct?
Add D.
Yes.
Yeah.
It will do
Could you
its job,
show?
whatever it need to do, right? So it inserted the C here because I defined my grade as this one, right? Sorry.
Is there any way like I can specify that okay, if name is not there, this should be the default value for name, this should be the default marks, and this should be the default grade if those are not there.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
instead of D, I want that it should be ABC as a name. Like if name is not there, if the grade is not there, the grade should be D. If the marks is not there, mark should be 40. Can we do that? I don't know.
No, yeah, just I'm just thinking on this. Okay, so what is this kind of scenario is there? You are so first of all, right? So whatever the scenario you told, that is not a valid scenario. But yeah, once you are combining two tuples, your one tuple should have some more value, or one should have the less, right?
Yes.
So if I'm taking just simple this one example, okay, what I'm doing, I'm not taking the grade here. Okay, so in this case, I'm taking the marks, right? So automatically the marks are more and the name list is less. So it will assign this particular value to the name, correct? So it automatically did this, right? So you in the case of 2, from my understanding, you need to again do this activity, okay? If you want to achieve this, suppose you created one list now, okay? So what it did, it created the name with the D and then this particular thing, right? Now if you want to again create some further value for some marks, or you don't have the marks, then you again need to use this operation to do that activity. But from this particular method, let us try to check this method again if it is having such definition. I did not explore in that details. Okay. Next. Returns a zip longest object and returns a tuple where the ith element comes from the ith. The next method continue until the longest iterable in the argument sequence is exhausted. Okay. So whatever the biggest list we are giving to it, right?
That we know.
Yeah, and then it is stop iteration. When the shortest iterable are exhausted, the fill value in the substituted in this place, the fill value default to be none or can be specified by a keyword argument. Okay, so it is saying this particular thing, but it did not mention anywhere when it is trying to use this particular thing. Okay, it can do. Let's try to assign something. Okay, and just test it, right? So what we did, this only the marks we are putting greater than, right? And these are the two values we want to put here, correct?
Okay, can we do one thing? Could you put the bracket before the default value? No, just remove the, yeah.
Yeah,
Comma.
I got it. So what you are trying to say here, I'm trying to
Yes.
say same way only. If
Yeah,
I
comma.
set the value equal to D, so then this should be a, this is a string or this is a list? This
Comma. Just give the comma.
and you are saying that just one example E, okay, right?
No. Write the full default value. I think something wrong.
Okay, you are saying that you want to say that fill value equal to this. You want to say the two fill value here, correct?
We can try that if it works.
Yeah. This is not invalid syntax. May you mean double equal to instead of this. Okay. Equal to question mark. It is unable to get this.
Okay. No worry. We can see.
Yeah, we need to explore it. I am not having much idea on this. Okay. So that's fine. I am just removing this particular thing from here, and I only want to keep this. Okay. The problem, this bracket can be creating the issue. Let me try it one more time. Instead of this, if I'm saying this particular one thing, and then let's no. Keyword argument repeated fill value. Okay, it is saying that this argument is repeated. Now instead of this argument, if I am saying it here, this is a list, but this is not a list actually. We cannot pass any parameter whatever that is not supporting it, right? It did something. It did not give any error. Okay, that's right. Yes, you are right. Okay, what it did here? No. Anil, it is so. Anil 80C it created, then it created Satya 90B. Then now it treated this item itself, D and E. Okay, it created the same item, whatever the item has we passed here at the both the places, right? Here also and the last places also. It is not considering in that manner. It will consider.
No, I was just thinking. I'm not sure if it's doable or not.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Yeah, we can explore it if there is such thing there. Okay. Maybe there is some other libraries to achieve this particular purpose. If you want to retrieve the data in this format, yeah, there are a lot of use cases. Okay, fine. So you got it. How to zip a data and how to unzip a data, right? How to use the list comprehensions, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So these are the list comprehension examples. I have put in the bottom also for reference. Okay. And this zip and unzip is there. So Satya, I am currently only uploading the exercise. If you want, I can upload this particular samples also. But I am doubtful if people can copy paste from here, right? That's the reason I am not putting this.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay then. Thank you for joining today's session. Today we are closing. Tomorrow we will cover our functions and this. Yes.
A help method is only used for getting information of method or any other.
No.
Like
help is used for functions. What this function is doing?
Inbuilt function only, na?
Yes, inbuilt functions.
Okay. Because I used get information other like, but not receive. So yesterday. Thank you.
Again, I am repeating the same thing in the end of the session. Write code daily, follow naming convention, comment your code. Okay, engage with the live Python community and learn from open source project. So in this topic, I am concluding. We learned about the Python operator, statement, loop, and list comprehension, and zip and unzip. Okay. Thanks a lot again for joining this session. I am closing this call for today. Tomorrow we will cover the functions. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.